Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are from, whenever you are watching. My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. What a split squad. What introduction to the Battle of Alberta for a lot of the Oiler young kids. I'm not going to say too much about the Flames because they played their entire NHL roster. Between both teams, I think they sat maybe 1-2 of their star players. You still only got 2 points out of a possible 4, where the Oilers got 3 out of a possible 4. I'll get into that later on. Now, the results don't matter. I'm right. Let's do 100-100. The results didn't matter. The Oilers could have went 0-2 in these games, and as long as certain players did certain things at certain times, you would have been happy with that. I have a list of players that I was watching, both teams, both games. I rewatched the Calgary Flames game. Yeah, I got notes. Right? Because of course, right? I watched the Calgary Flames game after I was live streaming the Oiler game in Edmonton here, obviously. I thought they'd have more of a veteran lineup in Edmonton, kind of like what Calgary did. Nay, we still went heavy rookie, aside from Nurse, Wallman, I think, on defense. It was still very, very rookie forward. Janmark, a little bit. Podkolzin. But yeah, it was very rookie-centric, both games, and I like it. I'm gonna repeat myself. I like the fact the Oilers went rookie-centric for games 1 and 2. So, players that I like, I'm gonna rave about right quick here. Tomasak. Yes, he played in Edmonton. Wasn't bad. He wasn't scoring bit rates, but he created chances, and he shot when he should shoot. He opened up space for his line mates. So Tomasak won. Petrov. I think it's time we have Petrov at least get a look. At least get a look in the NHL. If not, top minutes in the AHL. I think he's ready for that. Goaltender Tompkins in Edmonton. Now, there's some of us on social media that didn't like how he played because he didn't have a .900 save percentage and he lost the game. And the Oilers outshot the Calgary Flames. So, because your team outshoots the other team, you're supposed to automatically win the game. It's not how it works. The other goalie for Calgary was just a little better. A little bit better. And sometimes when you're a little bit better, that little bit better is all it takes. Ask Bobrovsky in the finals last year. He was just a little bit better. Now, speaking of the game in Edmonton, here you go. Here's the 3-2 overtime. I forgot to put the overtime. Nurse got us started. And then Frost, Farabee, Petrov. Petrov also got an assist on the Nurse goal. And Frost in overtime. Prostrov for the Flames. Again, 933. Tompkins, yes, you look at the stats, 3 goals against, 786. But that doesn't tell the whole story. Like I can't tell you guys that stats mean nothing. Like I can't tell you guys enough that stats mean nothing when it comes to goals against and save percentage. Did you win? Did you give your team a chance to win? And sure, the 14 shots, 11 saves doesn't look good, but there was a lot of grade A chances. Like if I was to go and break down the actual high-depth scoring chances the Calgary Flames NHL top AHL stars had, they outchanced the Oilers, but the Oilers took quantity of shots. They were shooting from all sorts of places. Got a goal from Petrov from behind the net because it bounced off a Flames skate in front. Tied the game up. Look, I liked it. I'm a fan of what he did. Also, Savoy. He's ready, guys. He's ready. And I know Hyman's hurt, and we're going to see a lot of Savoy in the top 6. But even after Hyman comes back, I can honestly see McDavid, Hyman, Savoy. That lineup might just work. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due on this. I was saying it, and on Twitter, I will definitely give credit to the guy. I said it. Also, Savoy will be a PK option this year. I fully believe that. So I'm going to give a shout out to Matthew Pachkiskin. I hope I didn't butcher your name. He's pretty much echoing everything I just said. Also, some players I will mention later that played in the other game. But I'm going to focus on this game first. Tomasak, Lipanen, Majala, Hudson, Howard, all NHL talents puts Edmonton in a pickle. What happens when Henrique, Janmark, Lazar, Phillip, and Kulak? That is a great question. All these young kids just about told the Edmonton brass, hey, forget the old. Like Connor McDavid said, we're getting older, we're aging. Well, no doubt. So now if you have Tomasak come in, younger player could replace an aging player. Leppinen on defense, man, I cannot tell you. I rewatched the Flames Oilers game in Calgary. The kid can pass. He's a defenseman. He may not be ready this year for the NHL, starting out the gate, but if you put him in the AHL, give him 50 games in the AHL, let him play almost a full season in the AHL, let him get accustomed to NHL ice, or North American ice, not even NHL, it's just North American ice. I think you're going to see this kid thrive on the blue line. So yes, look out for the name Leppinen for the Oilers moving forward in training camp, moving forward in exhibition games, and in Bakersfield as well this year, because I don't think he's going to take either Echo, Nurse, or Wallman's spot unless he's willing to play the other side, which puts him, again, Bouchard, Kulak, and either Stetcher or the other guy I missed out. Emberson. It's all up here, right? So yeah, again, it wasn't about the stats last night for me. It was definitely about how they looked, where their skill level was. Were they scared? Were they timid? Were they willing to make the plays? And for the most part, most of them are ready. Most of them are where they are. They are rookies. They are young talent. They are raw. And again, there's lots of room for improvement. Now, talking about the team that went to Calgary. Now, right, we're going to talk about the team that went to Calgary because that's very important too. The team that went to Calgary is I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Calgary, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Calgary Flames players should be ashamed of themselves. Final score in Calgary was 3-0. Kapanen, Klettenberg, Stillman, Nathan Day, and Johansson. 20 safe shutouts. Cooley faced 29 shots. 897 save percentage, not 900. But that is where I seen Hudson take a step forward. Howard, I'm not gonna praise Howard per se, but I'm not gonna knock the kid either, right? Like, he's an NCAA player. He's not used to playing against men that hit, that are bigger. I don't expect a lot. Unlike some people in oil country, you guys are expecting him to jump in and be part of McDavid's top line and be this perfect goal scorer right away. I think he starts in the AHL. I honestly think Savoy And Petrov and Phillip get the call up. Sorry, Savoy and Phillip get the call up before Howard. But hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm okay with that. If Howard does way more, which he's capable of, he's going to get a shot. Like, with the injuries that the Oilers have, he's going to get a shot to start the year. How does he do with it after that? It remains to be seen. Also, Clentenberg. Oh, boy! He was in a rookie showcase against the Calgary Flames last week. 3 fights, a couple of points. He did it again. 1 fight, 1 goal. The kid is going to bang. The kid is going to mash. He's going to be in the AHL this year, but look to the future for this kid. He is an Evander Kane, a Pat Maroon, a Milan Lucic with way more upside than any of those. Aside from Evander Kane, I think he's got more upside than Pat Maroon and more upside than Lucic, but can still bang and body and fight. Obviously, Evander Kane is a special type of talent. He could score, he could bang, he could fight, he could body. He was the total power forward package. I don't think Clentenberg is going to be that, but close. A Timu Evander Kane, per se. Now, again, the team in Calgary looked really good. And I can't stress enough how disappointing the team in Calgary for Calgary is. You dressed a pretty much NHL lineup. Sure, you didn't start your NHL starter, which I think was a mistake, but I digress. But you had your entire top 2 lines playing in that game, and they did nothing. They got skadooshed by an AHL 3rd and 4th line. I'm not lying. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I went into the evening, and I'm gonna be factual. I went into the evening maybe thinking the Oilers could get 1 game into overtime. I went into the evening seeing the rosters, seeing the lineup, seeing who was playing where. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a rough night for these Oiler rookies. Great learning experience, but it's gonna be a rough night. And boy, howdy was I wrong. I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. I'm glad I went in with low expectations of the night and came out pleasantly pleased. Now, what's going to happen tomorrow night in Winnipeg? Yes, we're going to be live again tomorrow night in Winnipeg. But I was very pleased about the way the Oilers players conducted themselves, played, handled the situation. Especially in Edmonton, there was a lot of penalties for the Oilers in Edmonton. Hey, hats off to the Calgary Flames players. They were the disturbers that got underneath the Oilers' skin and didn't want to retaliate. Good on them, right? Preseason. It's preseason. Why are we being stupid? But we just got to learn, don't put your stick where you wouldn't put your, those infractions, the trippings, the hookings, the interferences, it can be cleaned up. But yeah, overall, I was very thrilled. I was very happy. I'm very excited that hockey is back. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, for saying hi. Again, my name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. We'll see you tomorrow night when the Edmonton Oilers are in Winnipeg to take on the Jets. I don't know if there's going to be any regulars in the lineup. I don't know who the Jets are going to play. I'm going to assume they're going to play a lot of their stars, including Jonathan Toews, or if you like to make fun of his name, Jonathan Toes. Again, I'm looking forward to it. My name is Matt, Oilers Fan Reaction. I'll see you guys in the next one. Doses.